Where's the beef? Gamer Podcast.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. We're on episode 7, Chris, right?
Yes.
Episode 7. Was that your phone ringing just then in the background or something?
Yes, I'm muting it now.
He's so popular. He gets all these phone calls pretty much as we start recording. Always. Messages, phone calls. Other than that, no one bothers me all day. I think you're the same as well.
Exactly.
So tell me what you've been doing, what you've been playing. How's everything going in lockdown?
Hello.
So what's been happening with you then?
You know the dollar crisis in Lebanon. Like about 3 weeks ago, I went to Western Union and they were selling Lebanese PSN cards. Like $50, you can buy it for 1,500.
Okay.
Currently now the currency is 4,000. But the what do you call the legal currency is 1,500.
Yeah.
So I said I'm gonna go and buy more of these cards. It's 1,500. And I went to Western Union. Now they are taking dollars in dollars. So if you want $50, they'll take it in $50.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked. I saw this. Yeah, I saw this shop. In a cell phone shop, and I will try him out. Like maybe he has old cards he bought from way before.
Yeah.
And I asked him, do you have any PSN cards? And he said, yeah. I said, which region do you want? Say, I want Lebanese region. He said, yeah, we take dollars and dollars. He said, I have other regions. I told him, okay, you have US region? He said, yeah, I have US. How much you're taking it for the dollar? He said, we'll take it for 1,700. So $50 for 1,700, so that's 85,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, man, give me two. At first, I didn't believe him. I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy the $50. He just printed out the paper, and I redeemed the code and it worked. I'm like, okay, this is not bullshit. I said, give me another one. Yeah, and I paid. Because if I exchange $100, I can get now about 100 and I can get about $220 in PSN dollars.
That's cool. That's not bad at all. Because if you go anywhere else, they'll tell you yes, $4,000. It's like, oh, that seems fair. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, so I immediately the first thing I bought is Persona 5 Royale.
Nice. And is it any different from the original? Did we talk about this, or I just asked you on the phone? I can't remember, but is it worth buying?
Look, if you finish Persona 5 and you loved it so much, yes, we're worth buying, because there's like a literal extra semester, and you have an extra character. It's not just like a side character. He's like one of the main party characters, right?
Ooh.
So there's a whole new story. It's the same plot. It's like basically the same plot, but Persona is not just about the beginning part and the end plot. It's the whole in between slice of life. Well, how you built your socials between other characters and with your other protagonists, and with how do you want to schedule your life. So you wake up. Okay, so I have school today, so I know half of my day is gone at school. At the other half, I'm gonna eat some burgers, and there's this mighty burger you can eat which encourages your courage. If you increase your courage, you can upgrade certain personas, which personas are your abilities to, it's like they're like Pokemons, you summon a monster, and each persona has specific type. Let's say courage will make this type of persona stronger. kindness will make this type of persona stronger, and having more courage gives you more dialogue options with other characters, but having intelligence will give you more options for other dialogues. So you have to schedule everything. What do you want to focus on? What do you want to make stronger? So it's all about scheduling how you want to spend your time efficiently, like a good Japanese student. They make it's like they make you live a life of an actual Japanese student. It's so
it's nice.
so
Well, the
good.
thing is, I've played. Which ones have I played? I think I've played Persona 4. There was one that was on PSP, or was it PS Vita? I can't
PS
remember.
Vita. Persona
Was it
4
PS
Golden.
Vita? That was
Yes.
It was Persona 4. I played that maybe. I got maybe halfway through, or maybe a third of the way through, but I enjoyed it. It was good.
There's
And
no
then
way there's no way you got halfway through and stopped, because the story gets so good. Like you want
You
to
don't
know,
know
what
me
happens.
very well. It's not that I
want to
don't
know
think
what
stories are
happens,
good. It's
man.
because I get so many other games that come in, and I have to start playing them and review them. That's usually the case.
Dude, I couldn't, because of the Vita, because how portable it is, I couldn't stop playing. I wake up. I remember one day I woke up at 9. I was playing Persona 5 4 Golden. I woke up.
Yeah, that's
from
the one.
9
Yeah, Golden. Yeah.
From 9 to 4 a.m. and I'm gonna go to the toilet. Oh, I have a Vita, so I can play. I cannot stop. I'm eating. Oh, the Vita is next to me. I'm playing Persona 4 Golden. It's I did not even I couldn't even stop. I was carrying a battery bank with me all the time. I couldn't stop because I just wanted to know what's gonna happen next. And it's not just the main story. It's always mysterious. Like, why is this happening? Is it because you come from a rich family? Is it because your family is like from a gangster? Maybe it's not. I'm talking about Persona 5 now. So it's always So it's always mysterious. It's always mysterious, and plus the slice of life stories are actually good. Also, like you want to know what's gonna happen on your nightly jobs, because each night job have actual sub stories in it, and the stories are actually interesting for you to follow.
It was really good. I used to love the music in Persona 5. By the way, it was so cool. The music was awesome.
Yeah. I remember Persona 5 has this interesting doctor. She's a female and she's very kinky with you, which is kind of weird because you are a student and you're a minor and she's being very sexual with you, and I'm like,
She's the one who, she's like round the corner from your house, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
I remember, yeah.
How do you remember? You never played Persona 5.
I played Persona 5, I told you.
Oh, you have, all right.
I've played Persona 5, but this is why I was asking, is it worth getting the new one? Because I've played Persona 5 before.
For me it is. Like, you have so much, like you love that you did enjoy that sequence of the sub stories with the doctor, right?
Yeah, of course they were fun. The whole game itself is just a fun game.
Yeah. So imagine that, but more of it.
Imagine that, but more kinkiness.
No,
if that's not a selling point for a game, what is? You know what I mean? You want more kinkiness? Get the new Persona 5 Royale.
I don't mean the kinky stuff, you sick bastard. I mean more characters with more sub stories.
You focused on that so much, just on that. It's so kinky. I was like, okay.
Because it's a selling point, right? Sex is always a selling point.
It sells, sex sells.
Yeah.
Right. Let's take a look and see what's happening in video game news today. Final Fantasy, the Zodiac Age. What's happening there? Something with a new update, right?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I had this game for like a year and a half now, and yesterday I was like, there's a new update for it. What would you even bother updating a game that's already ported from PS2? So I did a bit of Inspector Gadget inspecting. That was so bad. I shouldn't have.
Inspector Gadget inspecting.
I should have. So there's a lot of gameplay changes. So you can now reset license. You can assign each character in your party up to 2 license. Think of these as jobs, jobs. So
Yeah.
they define role in the battle. So they can have 2 now. For example, that says the dashing Balthier could deal out damage as the knight and soak up with the big buff Brony foe breaker. So they're saying like you can mix 2 jobs together, which is cool.
Okay.
And if you can do this again, like in Final Fantasy Tactics, you can have like 2 jobs. You can combine 2 jobs together,
Yeah.
which is cool. And you now have 3 gambit sets. So so this is very cool, and the original soundtrack is also available now. I think because of licensing before they couldn't like put it in the game. Now it's available, which is awesome. So I just wanted to talk about this game because now it's on sale. There's a big Japan sale, and you should really
on the PlayStation Network, I think it was. Big Japan sale. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You should buy it, and also buy Final Fantasy X. You have never played it. It's like $12.
Cool. That was the Zodiac Age is the 12th one.
Yes. So
Yes.
like a lot of people had issues with it when it first came out because it kind of plays like an MMO, but it's offline.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing, because I remember getting that game when I had the PlayStation 2. And I remember, because don't forget, we were so used to like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 with that full turn-based action, and all of a sudden there was a gap. I mean, no, there was 10, because 10 came out as well, didn't it? There was the 10. Was 11 online, or am I mistaken about that as well?
Yes, 11 was online.
That's right. So yeah, it was all very turn-based, and all of a sudden you'd be going into these areas, and I remember I can't remember quite how it went, but I remember that when you're fighting, you just literally go up, you see all the beasts and the monsters on the maps and stuff like that. You go up to them, you start the fight, and I remember there was like these lines that were connecting you with the enemy, and it would go back and forth on who's going to attack, and it just really I didn't get into it. I think that's what put me off about that game.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually really enjoyed the gameplay, to be honest, because it felt more... what do you call it? Like Chrono Trigger. What is it called? The real life action. Like you have like it's like the gauge bar with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Remake I like the action in that because it's like a hack and slash, but then it's also got the turn based in it as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like a little bit of both.
Yeah, but it has the turn-based of the Final Fantasy 12, though, right? Not like the old turn-based. It's literally Final Fantasy 12, but with hack and slashes. But Final Fantasy 12 is that gameplay with the gauge bar. I'm announcing the word wrong, but it's GAUGE. How do you say that?
Google?
No, GA.
GA or J?
Like, oh my god. Like G like George.
George, so GA.
U.
And I'm going to type this out. GAU.
GE.
GE. Gauge?
Gauge bar!
I'm like typing out, I'm like, Gauge? Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly, Gauge bar.
And the sad thing is, I had to type that out to see what it was. And I haven't got my glasses on either. I'm like, Gauge. I was getting ready to go get my glasses and read it.
Look, you. How many languages do you know?
One. Gauge.
Ooh, okay, how many languages do I know?
Well, I don't know. 3, 4.
No, I know 6, so...
Oh, fancy. Well, which languages do you speak then?
Sorry?
Which languages do you speak then?
English.
I love the first one. English. No, really?
Yeah, English, Arabic, French, Armenian, the Turkish, and... okay, you know what? 5. I'm not gonna count Japanese.
Oh, Oh, like right? Do you like understand like a lot of Japanese or just bits and pieces? Like you can make sentences out and that kind of stuff.
Like I can make sentences. I can like if I went to Japan, I can be like if they spoke slowly, and if I was like, where's the restaurant, or where's this place, or how can I go to the train station, or stuff like that. Give and take, but not like deep.
Tell me something in Japanese. Tell me something in Japanese. I gotta hear this. Tell me anything.
Urusai, Clint-sama.
Like fuck you in the ass. What's that?
No, it means shut up.
Shut up. I knew it was something like that. Shut up. He's been practicing that one for weeks. Urutsai.
Temme, Clint-sama.
Awesome. I like it. Still, I just want to mention just on Final Fantasy, because I finished Final Fantasy VII Remake today. It took me 40 hours, but I did it. I actually finished the game today.
Okay.
It's good. It's different, but it's good.
So is the added story, does it ruin the main story, or does it make it better?
Hard to tell, because I need to know what's going to happen next. And I think a lot of people I've spoken to will saying the same thing. It all depends on what happens after this. Everyone's like,
Okay.
But
Understandable.
but I like the fact that they've integrated like the original Final Fantasy story, and then they've just sort of like really done something on their own with it, which is kind of cool, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like if it doesn't take away the main plot of the original story, I'm like, okay, if you can add...
It does. It goes along with it. The ending is very all over the place, but then it kind of comes back, so it's like, we'll see. So we'll see what happens without giving any spoilers. Right, let's see what else we're talking about today. You've got Pokemon news today, as always. There's always something with Pokemon.
Yeah,
the animated series coming to Netflix?
Yes, so that's what I really wanted to yes, I know it's a gaming show and whatever, but
No, it's Pokemon, dude. It's Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon is originally a game, so it's a lot of people think that the Pokemon is based on the anime, but actually anime is based on the game. At first, yeah, because it first was released in Japan called Pocket Monsters, then it came to the States and was called Pokemon, then they made an anime. So
nice.
So they are releasing on Netflix, which is so cool because you know why I wanted to mention this, because now more and more with a lot of big industries or whatever. I cannot enunciate words today. Are going further back from the media, like from the old media, and they're going from the new media, which is like streaming and broadcasting on the internet and everything internet based. So I'm really excited. Yeah, so like having Pokemon to be like released first on Netflix, the new series, like it gives us a new direction, like where everything is going next. So maybe like the next Game of Thrones is gonna be on Netflix only.
Yeah. Well, the way things are going now, I think everything's gonna go on Netflix. They seem to be making a lot. Aren't they making more than even Disney Plus and stuff right now?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy. It's crazy how much Netflix is making right now. And the thing is, I think they took it to a whole new level when they just started making their own stuff as well. You know what I mean? Like their own TV shows and their own movie. And it's not like straight to DVD movies. Well, it is kind of, but they're like big budget movies that are coming straight to Netflix, which is insane.
Yeah, like literally a couple of days ago, they released a new movie with the directors of Avengers and Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, crazy. Extraction.
What is it called?
I saw that today. Actually, I didn't see the movie. I saw it.
And it's like it's always like it just pops up out of nowhere. I did not hear no trailer about this. I did not hear no news about this. And I'm like, oh, this is Chris Hemsworth, directors of Endgames. Holy shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this. But here's the thing about Netflix, like 70% of the original content is kinda like, okay, I'm not gonna, okay, so for me is 50% is garbage 20% is they're okay watchable, and 30% they're like actually very good.
I love it. Hot garbage. Garbage.
Yeah, so the movie is called Extraction. They said it's pretty
Extraction,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, they say it's pretty good for an action movie.
I will definitely check it out. Well, I've got nothing else to do, so I'm gonna end up watching it at some point next week.
Yeah.
Nice. What else we got? We're talking about Guerrilla. And now I know that they've been planning the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel for a long time, but there's a leak about a possible trilogy. And apparently this has come from a good source as well, somebody who's quite credible. Well, I'll tell you what, this is what I heard, was the fact that they're working on the second game. I think the second game is going to come out on PS4 and PS5, and then with the third game, it's going to be a PS5 exclusive. This is what I've seen circulating the internet.
Yeah. So
This is
here
what I've seen.
here it says Horizon 2 is said to be gigantic in scope, with larger game world and more freedom to explore than its predecessor. People think with knowledge of the game also indicate the inclusion of co-op features.
Co-op,
So,
yes. That
co-op.
was something that they wanted to do in the first one,
yeah,
which
so,
they weren't
so-
able to do. So now they're like, obviously with the new technology, that's going to be insane.
Yeah. So they're saying a co-op feature was initially planned for the first game, but ultimately scrapped, so the development team could focus on other areas of the title. They are saying that the co-op is gonna be more like what you call it? What's the game? Metal Gear 5, where you just like visit someone else's world and you don't actually play together to kill monsters. I don't know, like because the game is so like focused so focused on single player aspect. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
co-op would work. Like co-op would be fine if it doesn't like integrate with the main story, and you guys maybe do
Yeah.
like raids together, which would be like cool. Something like Monster Hunter. Like you would gather two people and hunt big monsters, which
Yeah.
would be cool. But not
Well,
like
mind you, I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn, if you remember, there was always those levels where you'd go into those old laboratories and those caves where you go in and get upgrades and shit. That kind of stuff would be amazing in co-op.
why?
Because it's you and a buddy. Because if you remember that game was really good. I'm actually, now that we're talking about it, I'm thinking of replaying it because I remember it was such a solid game. I think it still stands out today. But I mean, if you're gonna go into like, you know, where there's a place where there's a lot of monsters or robots and whatever, and you're going down into these massive caves, it'll be fun to have a bit of co-op going on, no?
I mean, that's like the exploration aspect of the single player. I don't think it's fun to do going caves together. Like it's fun to do big monster fight, sure, but not like do the whole story with a friend.
No, I'm not.
'Cause
I'm not saying
how
do the
is
whole
that
story with
gonna
a friend, but there must be some aspects of the game where you can have like, you know, maybe you can call for help and you get what's that game I played? Neo 2, for example. Neo 2, you call upon a friend to come help you battle a monster.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
raids and stuff. You do raids with your friends.
Yeah. I
So
still
that
think
would
it's
be-
cool.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you this question even in the notes, so you wouldn't steal this question from me, because I'm gonna
Okay.
ask you. So what do you think when there's a game was initially started on God of War 2? Let's say take example God of War 2. It's
Okay.
initially started on the PS2, God of War 1 and 2. And if you want the conclusion of the game, you have to buy the new console. What do you think about that? Is it fair to like make people buy the next generation console so they can finish the trilogy?
Well, that's part of marketing, isn't it? I mean, if you think about it, I mean, this is, I mean, how many people bought a PS3 just to play God of War 3? You know what I mean? How many people bought, you know, a console like, for example, Zelda? You know what I mean? I mean, when that came out on Switch, how many people bought it just to play Zelda? You know what I mean? It all depends on what the game is. Obviously, they've got like a bunch of games coming out like they always do, and it's like, you know, yeah, we've got 5, 6 really cool games, but if they aren't like a big franchise game, that's gonna affect the sales of the console straight away. It has to be something big, something exclusive. So I would say, because anyway, I'm a gamer anyway, and so are you, and I know you'd buy it. That's the thing. I know you very well. If there was something, if let's say Persona 6 was coming out and it was coming out exclusively on launch title for PS5, and it was the conclusion to Persona 5, you would definitely buy it.
Like, yeah, I understand that, but what I mean is like, you want the conclusion of the trilogy, right? And you know
Yeah.
this game is exclusive to that console, and I like when the next generation come out, and I'm ultimately to make a decision between
Yeah.
the new Xbox or the PlayStation, I'm kind of forced to go to the PlayStation because I'm like blue balled right now because I don't know how the story is gonna end, and the next trilogy is on the PlayStation 5. It's not gonna be on the Xbox, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because if I currently have the PS4 and all the trilogies on the PS4, I can make the decision to go on the Series X because like I don't care about other franchises. So that's what I'm saying. Is do you think it's fair to make a trilogy like, let's say God of War 3 was exclusive on the PS3, so anybody who moved to the 360 couldn't play God of War 3, couldn't conclude the story.
It just, I think it all depends on just how passionate you are about that trilogy, I guess. Or how passionate you are about Sony. You know what I mean? If you don't give a shit, it's like, fuck it. I'll just get an Xbox because it's cheaper. You know what I mean? It just depends. It depends on money. Is it fair? It's probably not fair. Thinking about it. It's probably not a fair thing. But in the end, this is how these big video game companies, they sell their shit. This is how they make their money. This is how they, think about it. Horizon Zero Dawn, they're going to conclude that trilogy on PlayStation 5. I'm pretty sure of it. People are going to buy it because they want to know what the fuck happens. So, yeah.
Yep.
No, was that the answer you wanted or no? Or you're like,
Like, like, you're right. It's like, it's marketing. They're like, so it's a great marketing, what do you call
strategy or tool
strategy,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. What else are we talking about today? Let's talk about video game revenue. It's hit 10 billion in March. That's like the best ever month for like ever in video games. That's insane. Obviously because of everyone isolating and everyone in lockdown and, what else are you going to do? You're going to sit at home, watch TV, Netflix, and pretty much play video games. So what's your take on that? What do you think? I mean, as I said, it's definitely all, obviously because of what's happening in the world. But I mean, for gaming, that's pretty cool.
I mean, like, and here's the thing, right? $10 billion revenue when the lockdown started, and the release title games are actually like very anticipated games. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Animal Crossing was sold like 5 million copies.
Wow.
The Doom Eternal 3 million copies. Call of Duty just released their free-to-play mode of Warzone, and there's a lot of microtransactions in it. So
Don't get me started with microtransactions.
yeah, but I mean, like, it's free-to-play. How they're gonna make money from that mode, right? And right, Half-Life Alyx was out at the time of quarantine. Which is
that's
like
something
insane.
I really want to try. They're saying that's like the definition of VR. Everyone's saying it's insane, that game.
Yeah, like for a VR game, it sold 860,000 copies. You might say,
That's good.
You might say, like, okay, it's not 1 million or 5 million, but dude, do you know how much, like, stuff do you need? You need a really good PC. You need the $800 VR, right? There's not a lot of people who can just afford that. So 860,000 copies is actually very good, man.
No, that's cool. Anyway, it's Valve. I mean, They've been pushing back these Half-Life games for so long. And you know when you were talking about, is it fair if they didn't conclude something? Fuckers, they still didn't even do episode 3 of Half-Life 2 yet. Or Half-Life 3. Fuck these guys. Seriously, man. You're talking about fair? They've left us hanging for years. Bastards. What bastards, man? Do you remember, did you play episode 2 of Half-Life 2? Do you know how it ends?
Like, I don't remember. I was
Man,
like a kid.
It just ends in such a way. It's like, oh, I can't wait to get into the next episode. And then we waited. And then we waited. And then we fucking waited, man. Oh, bastards. And then what they do? Let's do a VR prequel. That's gonna, you know what I mean? That's gonna kill sales anyway. We're not gonna make millions. We're not gonna sell millions of copies. But hey, we're Valve. We're cool. We make money with Steam anyway. We're fine.
Like, because Valve is so stigmatized of every time they release a new game, it always has to be game-changing revolution game, right? Everything has to be like a new mechanic, like, you know, like the last game I remember, which was like a game change, not like game changing thing, but like a new way of playing is the Souls game, right? There was nothing like the Souls game before, so the Souls game like made a new kind of franchise by its own self.
A genre.
That's like a genre, right? So Steam is like they're known for doing stuff like that, like Portal, right? And Half-Life and
amazing.
So I feel like they're very scared if they're gonna release Half-Life 3 and it's just gonna be like Half-Life 2, but with, of course, better graphics, better gameplay, but nothing game-changing to the gaming community. They're not gonna get that 10 out of 10 score, so they'll be like, you know what? We're just gonna leave it as high as we can, and we're not gonna like fly over and burn our wings like Icarus did.
Well, you know, I mean, these guys are juggernauts in the gaming industry, so they obviously know what they're doing. You know, I mean, they've really kept a good name for themselves. You know, I mean, there's very few companies that can do that, and I think Valve's one of them. Definitely in that tippy top of the top 5, I reckon, of big video game developers and publishers, and I don't know what. So it's crazy. They've done phenomenally well.
Alrighty.
Funny thing is, just as I was looking down there, I've got Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 on Xbox 360 next to me. I swear. Like, okay. I'm looking at they're Valve games. I'm looking at them right now thinking, oh, we're talking about you. What else you got today? Let me see. Oh, yeah, this is actually quite funny. 2K announced that they're not making another WWE game.
I don't know. I don't give a shit about WWE games. I don't care about their franchise.
Look, you know what? Some of them were good. Some of them were good. Some of them, back in the day when we were kids, when it was WWF and they had them on Nintendo and that kind of stuff, they were cool because we were kids. And then there were a few good ones that came out on PlayStation and Xbox, that kind of stuff. But then, I don't know if you saw the videos of how glitchy the latest one was. Where, like, people would be like hanging off ropes and they'd just like they'd look like they're having epileptic fits in the middle of the ring. That's how bad the glitches and how bad this game got. You should check out the videos on that because obviously when they said, yeah, we're not going to make another WWE game, I'm looking at them and thinking, probably because your last one was shit. Your last game was bloody awful.
And like I am very like I never liked WWE, the franchise. I never liked the game, so I have no comment on it.
Nothing at all. You didn't play any of them.
I hate it. I hate WWE. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it to the core. This is the stupidest thing ever. Like, why you wanna watch fake fighting? It's basically fake fighting with Spanish drama.
Hey, it's not fake.
Oh yeah, it's not fake, right? The guy jumps 5 feet from the sky and lands on the dude and nothing happens to him. All right, sure.
I love that so much. I like some of them though. Like John Cena. He's cool. Rey Mysterio.
Like
Zack-
the guy
Zack-
you cannot see.
But there's a few good ones that I like. I like watching some of the WWE matches, and they're fun.
Never cared, never will care.
I love it. Never. I'm Chris. I'm too good for WWE.
I am too good for WWE.
Right. What else you got today? You've got top 5 PlayStation 5 games confirmed so far. What do you have? Because I literally didn't see this yet. So what are the top 5 games confirmed?
Godfall.
This I've seen in... I was checking out the PlayStation magazine and they were showing some really good new footage and screenshots of the game. It's looking crazy.
But
It's
still doesn't look
looking
like
crazy.
but still doesn't look like very next genist graphics, to be honest.
Well, I don't know. I think you need to see these screenshots because I was looking at them thinking, wow, that's actually pretty cool.
So they are the makers of Borderlands. It's the true next gen game. Where realms are split by earth, water, air, fire, and spirit. As one of the last fighters exalted in the Knight's Order. Again, sounds like a Star Wars game. Cyberpunk 2077, we already know that, so...
That's coming out on current gen first, and then they're going to do like a definitive edition or a port of it or something?
Yes.
I can't wait for that game, by the way. I just want to
Yeah.
see Keanu Reeves. I just want to see him. I want to see Keanu walking around. I can just look at him and go, "Oh, you're breathtaking."
You know how amazing would that be if they actually integrate Keanu Reeves saying you're breathtaking?
If they
Like
put it in, man, they would be legends. Well, they're legends anyway, the developers, but they would be double legends.
they become immortals.
Exactly.
So Outriders is the other game. So I actually never seen this. Outriders is a third-person action shooter meets looter shooter from the developers People Can Fly and published Square Enix. The former is perhaps best known for Gears of War, Judgment, and Bulletstorm. Oh, I love Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm. Wasn't that was like the first person one where there was a lot of cursing and stuff in it?
Yeah, exactly. And you kick a lot of people in the head.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good game now. It was very underrated, that game.
It was so much fun. It was co-op. I played the whole game with my mate.
Nice. It was a very funny game. I remember the girl shouting, I'll shoot your dick off or something. And he was like, what do you mean you'll shoot it? It was good. It was a good game.
So in the game, you will create your own Outrider and embark on a journey across a hostile planet as mankind bleeds out around you. Wow. So yeah, I'm watching some footage. It looks very heavy metal.
Yeah.
All right.
It should be good. It should be interesting. It sounds interesting. I think I've seen a poster for it. I'm pretty sure I've seen something like a cover art or a theme or something. I'm pretty sure I've seen something.
This one I'm very excited about.
Which one?
Dying Light 2.
Yes! Dying Light 1 was friggin' awesome. It was a good game.
It was so good.
It was very good, and I liked the whole zombie apocalypse thing and all that kind of stuff. And I saw video footage of the sequel of you jumping around rooftops. It's like a zombie / parkour game, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, it was good. It was a very good game.
Yeah, the parkour aspects of it made it so good.
I like it. Yeah, Dying Light 2, I think it'd be one of those games that I'd be very excited to play.
Yeah.
I like that.
So this is a new one, a Rainbow Six Quarantine. It's called Quarantine. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, they were doing the teaser for, obviously even before COVID-19 and stuff. They were doing it where you're trying to break out of a zombie, or you're stuck in the middle of a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
It looked cool. I don't think there was actual gameplay footage, but I definitely remember seeing like somebody in like a dark alleyway or in a dark room, and there was like zombies coming at them, and they were like injecting themselves with I don't know what. It looked good.
I mean, like the Rainbow, whatchamacallit, the franchise, like, was really, everybody loves Rainbow Six Siege and it's still
Oh
very
yeah.
popular. Yeah, so like, I think a lot of players are gonna be so excited about the new game coming out on the next gen, and I liked how Ubisoft handled it, which is just didn't cramp in a new Rainbow game every year with just like a bit of new map there, a bit of new map here. They just kept the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
game and updated it for like years now, for like 3 years or 4 years it's been. So yeah, I hope they do that the same with the quarantine. Um, yeah. So what's next?
Call of Duty. I think there's a rumor about the next one being set in Vietnam.
Vietnam. So what do you think about that?
It would be a good. Yeah, I think that would be a good one actually because, I mean, we've always had a lot of World War One and World War Two games for a while. That's between Battlefield and Call of Duty. You know what I mean? So for them to stretch out and do something like Vietnam would be quite interesting. It'll be good. I mean, some of the like, we were talking about this last week, weren't we? About the Call of Duty games and which ones we liked and that kind of stuff. And I kind of like those World War ones, or ones that are actually part of something a bit more historic. You know what I mean? So I'm interested in that. I'd be quite interested to see how that goes.
Okay, so for me, I think this is like a bit of a weird decision because Call of Duty for years they've been losing a lot of interest and they've been getting a lot of bitch art because like how their microtransaction is and how weak the weapon customization is, how bland
Yeah.
the story is, and when they went back to their roots, which was this one, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and everybody loved it. Like
It
it's
was
actually
awesome.
really good, and I'm playing it, and it's still very good. And I'm like for years, every year, every year, I say, you know what? I'm gonna try Call of Duty again, and like, oh, I regret immediately. I get bored so fast. And the worst one was the Call of Duty World War One. It was so bad, man. It was hot garbage. And you know why hot garbage it was? You would see other people looting cool shit in front of you. Makes you want to buy their stupid skins. And yeah, it was so greedy from them, and it was so bare bones. And they fixed
Yeah.
all of that. Like they fixed all of that. There's still like battle pass in it, but it's whatever. You don't care about it because it's not
Yeah.
always in your face. They fixed a lot of that, and plus there are no DLCs. There's no season pass, and that's awesome. That is the best decision they ever made. Because when you buy, if you have season pass, you're gonna split your audience. Everyone who has the season pass, they play together only, and the one who doesn't. Now they
Yeah.
made all of the maps and all of the weapons, for free, which is so good. So I'm scared, like going back, changing how they found their success, changing and going back the same road of World War One. I'm like, "Ugh,
No,
I don't know
I don't
about
think they will. I
this.
think they've learned
I
from
don't
their
know.
mistake because everyone praises that last game. It was good. That last game, Modern Warfare, was super cool. The campaign was fantastic. I loved it, and even
Yeah.
I got onto the man. Even me and you went online together to do a bit of online with Call of Duty. That's how good that game was. And as you said, there wasn't like all these things where you can buy this and buy that to the point where, like you said, it splits the audience in two. No, like season one, season two, season three, everybody gets the update, which is brilliant. And I honestly think they're going to stick with that formula now. They have to, because otherwise it'll be like they're taking a step back, and they shouldn't now. They should really concentrate on what they've done, learn from their mistakes from the past other video games, and just keep on pushing forward because I mean, Call of Duty is a good franchise. I mean, there's no mistaking about it. It is a big blockbuster AAA franchise that sells millions. And the fact that they fixed the last game where everybody's saying this is fucking awesome, I'm pretty sure they're going to stick with that. You don't sound convinced.
Yeah, because it's like they always kind of fix it, then they always fuck it up. every single time.
Probably,
And I'm like,
yes. That's the joy of gaming. We'll have our moment with modern warfare, and then they're gonna fuck it up with Vietnam.
So I'm like, I'm not
What
sure
are,
about this.
you've got some more more Call of Duty news. Players petition for PC gamers to be removed. I've heard about this. We've been talking about this.
Yeah,
Because they're cheating bastards.
it's becoming so bad. We did talk about it, but because it's becoming so bad, people from consoles, they're like, fuck PC gamers. They always cheat shit. And I'm like, it's horrible. Like about 2 days ago, I'm like, how am I spawn dying? Like I spawn, I don't see nobody, and I just die. How? Someone just snipes me through fucking 60 feet of concrete wall, and like I just die. All right. And it becomes really bad. It's not fun anymore. What's the point? Like, oh, you're so good in the game, but you're actually not, because they're so bad at the game, right? They need to cheat so they can feel a bit like, oh yeah, so they can have a bit of fun, because they cannot get any kills without cheats. Fucking losers, fucking virgins.
But the thing is, though, you do realize if I mean, I have a pretty good laptop to play Call of Duty and stuff, but you do realize if I was playing on PC, I would cheat like a bitch so bad as well. And I know I would. I'd be like, let's fuck them all up. That's exactly what I would do.
Fucking virgin.
Nice.
So people say like, oh yeah, just turn off crossplay. I understand that, but a lot of people want to play with their Xbox friends, and they have to turn on crossplay, so they are forced to bring on the shit PC cheaters. And that's
I love
like
it. I think it's hilarious, by the way. I think it's brilliant.
It's not fun. It makes the game stop being fun.
You do realize that this is exactly what PC gamers want to hear. Listen to these console bastards. The game's not fun anymore. We win. We've won. This is what PC gamers want to hear. They want to hear console players going, the game's not fun anymore. And all the PC gamers are rejoicing at home, cracking open a beer. Fuck console gamers.
Drinking some fucking tears, right?
Gingerade.
Assholes. So there's a new update coming, so it's gonna add some. Again, it's like I just talked about this. It's so cool that they keep adding more menus and more weapons and shit. So that's awesome.
It's cool.
Good on you, Activision. You multi-billion-dollar company. You're so sad, right? For giving us free shit, right?
I don't mind them giving us free shit and stuff. I just want the files to be a bit smaller. That's it. Yeah. Fed up of downloading 30, 40 gigs. Like, oh, crap. I just updated this like last week, and then boom, there's another one. It's like, oh, that took me a week to get that. Right, let's take a look at our topic quickly. Today we're talking about handheld video gaming. Handhelds are cool. Handhelds are very cool.
Very good.
What was the first handheld? What was the first? I can't speak. I remember we were talking about articulation. I can't even speak myself. Terrible today. So what was one of the first handhelds you actually played?
So my first handheld was the Game Boy Color, and it was a Pikachu edition.
Nice. I literally had the old Game Boy. The first one with the green screen, and my dad got me that big fuck off magnifying glass thing, so to make the screen. You know, do you remember? So there was the magnifier, and it had the light
flashlight
on top.
Yeah.
So you can play at night. I had that, and I think I had a Castlevania game. I can't remember which one. That and Tetris, and the Mario games, Mario Land or Mario World. I forgot what it's called. The Super Mario one on Game Boy. Yeah, it was cool. It was so cool.
So do you want to name your top four? No, not top four. Top five. You want to do top five favorite handheld from like the least to your favorite to your best?
I'm not going to do like a top five, but I'll tell you what are some of my favorite handhelds. Because I don't think I have five. I think I have three. I think I have three good ones.
Top three.
I'll go with I think I'm gonna go with number 3. I think is gonna be Game Boy because I've already mentioned that already. So Game Boy, just because it's got that child nostalgia of, you know what I mean, of carrying for the first time, being able to play your video games on the go, and being a kid in the 80s, you know what I mean, early 90s, playing these Game Boys and stuff. It was cool. It was such a cool thing. It was cool to have a Game Boy. I've noticed in these big shops in Japan, they still sell a lot of refurbished Game Boys, like some of them their original packaging and all this kind of stuff. I think it's like it's still got a big cult following, the Game Boy, and it changed a lot of how handheld gaming is perceived. So yeah. What about you? What's your number 3?
My number 3. So I really wanted to include Vita, but I can't.
Okay.
Because it's only now 3, right? So I have
Right.
to
Okay. Yeah.
so my number 3 is PSP.
PSP is good. Yeah.
I loved PSP, and what most I liked about PSP is hacking the PSP. Because when I hacked my PSP for the first time, and I was like blown away. I literally took my PS1 discs. I dumped the disc on an ISO file on my PC, and the ISO file I dumped it on my PSP, and there was an emulator that could run PS1 games perfectly.
Oh, wow. Straight away. Yeah, it's nice.
And it was so good. And I was playing Game Boy games on my PSP, and I was playing like Nintendo NES, and no, I do not condone pirate games, but I was playing quote unquote pirated games.
You know what? I think my PSP, I was trying to get it running recently, but the battery has blown in the back of my old PSP. So and the thing is, you can't play the PSP plugged in without the battery being in there, which sucks.
Dude, the exactly same thing happened to me. My PSP, its battery also blown. It's so weird. Yeah, it's very thick now. It's a fatty bitch.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find one actually. I found a lot online, but obviously I can't order to Lebanon now, so I'm going to give it a couple of months, and eventually when I'm back in the UK or whatever, I'll just order it then. Yeah, that is when I will order the battery. I'm going to go for number 2. And by the way, I've got my PSP games behind me because I've got all the Silent Hill games like Silent Hill Origins and Silent Hill Shattered Memories on PSP. Yeah. This is why I wanted to play it. And it sucks that it's not working.
Like, one of the weirdest thing about PSP was the UMD, man. Like, mini disc and the plastics, and just and UMD
it was cool,
movies.
Though.
UMD movies.
It was cool. I think I got Family. When you bought it, I think you get a couple of episodes of Family Guy on disc as well. I think about it. Yeah, it was cool.
I think I have Spider-Man 2 on UMD.
No, you should definitely watch it on PSP. See how it looks.
It's so weird.
Right, my number 2 handheld is going to be Switch.
Okay,
definitely Switch, because Switch, I think that Nintendo, obviously they had such a fallback with things like Wii U and whatever. I mean, handheld wise, no, they've been the leader anyway for many years. But Switch for me was just such a game changer. The fact that you could play the games on the go, you can play the games on the. I mean, I use the Switch mostly on the TV, except if I'm traveling or if I'm DJing somewhere. I will take the Switch with me, and that's when I'll play, or when I'm going to the bathroom. Usually, and I know for a fact you do that as well, because I've called you, hey, Chris, yeah, man, I'm in the bathroom. What, are you okay? Yeah, I'm playing Switch. What's your Switch?
Why would you ask me if I'm okay when I'm in the bathroom?
I don't know, because you're very echoey, for one. Okay. And then there's all this music behind you. Like, dude, you okay? You know, are you in some I don't know, grotto somewhere? Are you about to get raped? I don't know. Are you okay? No, dude, I'm sat on the toilet playing Zelda or whatever you usually play. I don't know. Crazy.
So number 2 for me is also the Switch.
Nice.
It's so good, man. It's
a good machine.
It's everything in a handheld. It's a console. It's a handheld. You can take out the freaking controllers and and give it to a friend and play his co-op with it. It's awesome, man. And
it's such a good machine.
And the games, man, the games. There's so many good games on it. They like it has proper backing, not like the Wii U, which is unfortunate, but now
Yeah.
it has so many good like Fire Emblem. What are you doing with your life if you haven't played Fire Emblem yet? Or of course Zelda, like that's a no-brainer. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's the best thing to have with me while while I'm working or while I'm
Taking
on
a
the
poop.
toilet. What?
Taking a poop.
Taking a poop
Taking
or
a poop.
like yeah. So yeah, so where I'm traveling or I'm going to like sleep over someone's house and just take my
Yeah.
I literally had taking my console to his place and we can play games there. That's what we did. That's what we did. Like we played
Yeah.
Diablo. I got my Switch with him. Like let's play Diablo. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's nice. No,
Yeah.
that's what Nintendo really knocked it out of the park with that machine. It's accessible, it's easy, it's got a lot of games that people know. Characters like Mario, Zelda, all the legendary, Nintendo games are on there. And you know what? The best thing about Switch is that people don't realize this because I know a lot of people who haven't bought it because they think it's like a kid's machine or they think it's, you know what I mean? I know
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people think, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm happy with the PS Pro, but you know what? The Switch is a fucking powerful machine. I mean, they're gonna drop Doom Eternal on this by the end of the year. You've already got a bunch of other really, Witcher 3 is on it. Come on.
Exactly.
Man, what a fucking powerful machine this is, and it runs handheld as well, so everyone can suck it if they say anything bad about Switch because it's such a sick machine. I love it.
Yeah, like it's definitely a powerful console, but I'm not gonna say it's very powerful. But
No,
for
it's not, but
handheld,
it can handle it for a handheld. It's awesome.
yeah. I just I only wish, right? Like for the dock, at least there was like an external GPU in it, just to make the dock experience better,
Yeah.
right?
I know
So
what
it
you
gives
mean, yeah.
a bit of extra boost. But I mean,
Yeah.
like it's fine. Like I mostly play it handheld anyways. But like
Yeah.
it doesn't like push me for me to play on my 55-inch TV because it does kind of look a bit blurry at times.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, especially if you've been playing on a Pro or an Xbox One, and then you flip over to the because I've done that before. I've been playing something, and then I flip it over to the Switch. I'm like, ugh. It doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't look right. You're like, oh god, is there something wrong with the TV? But it's good. It's still good though. I do dig it.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Number one for me is you know what I'm gonna say, don't you?
What, Vita?
Vita. It is the thing I like about the Vita is Sony developed a handheld, which for me was the perfect size. It really was the perfect size for me. I liked it. It was compact, and Vita is a fucking powerful little machine. It really is. It can run a lot of good games. It really could. Like it had Killzone on there and everything, some good first-person stuff and everything. And it's just a shame that it didn't take off. That's the only thing that it's like, you know what I mean? And the thing is, it's become such a cult machine now. I'm seeing websites and, in fact, when I was in New York, maybe I was in New York a couple of years ago or a year ago, I can't remember when it was. And they have a whole section in this gaming store just for Vita. And even he was telling me that there are people who have become collectors of this
Yeah.
machine with the games. It's become such a cult thing. And in Japan, it's still pretty big, the Vita. I've seen... there was a blogger, I forgot his name, a YouTuber who went to Japan. He went video game hunting for Vita, and they're still making games in Japan just for Vita. It's insane how popular that machine is, and it's such a shame that it didn't take off in Western. I guess in the like in America and the UK and Europe at home. It's such a shame.
Yeah, like Sony did a lot of mistakes with the Vita, so yeah, but they didn't. PSP was very popular because it was so easy to hack. First of that, and second, yeah, it was, and the Vita
It's
was
true.
really,
No, you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
And the Vita was really hard to hack. And second, like the exclusive memory card was so bullshit. It was so expensive. Like
It
to buy
was.
like a 64 gig or 120 gig, it was
Like
like
$100 or something stupid, wasn't it?
$150, something like that. It was
It
like
was,
the
I
price of the
remember, yeah.
console. Yeah, so and they didn't like properly like push the console properly. We did get like good games like Persona 5 4 Golden. Wow, it's like the definitive way to play Persona 4. And
Yeah.
Uncharted was amazing. Freedom Wars was
They
amazing.
need to bring that out again because Uncharted was so limited because it was only on Vita. But if they remaster that game, because it plays like Uncharted 2 and 3 on PS3, that's how good that game looked. You
Yeah.
could it was good. The mechanics were brilliant, but it was on a fucking handheld. So if they remaster that Uncharted game, I'm pretty sure they're doing it or they're thinking about it. Because it's really a good game there. It's a very good one.
It is.
Nice.
So-
And what's your number one?
My number one is Game Boy Advance SP. Not Game
but
Boy
look.
Advance. Yeah.
Is that the clamshell one? The one that closes?
Yeah. It looks like a laptop, mini laptop.
Yeah.
So I really love the SP because, to be honest, 80% because of the black light. Oh my god. It changed the world. It changed everything. I didn't have to fucking sit down on my desk having a freaking my desk lamp under it, like study book lamp under it so I can see what the fuck is going on. The black light changed everything. And it's not just that. It was so small and compact and it looked so cool. And the games. I love the game. I love Game Boy games, but the advanced one are so good. They were
They were
so
nice.
much
There were some
superior.
good ones on there.
Yeah, I am.
Wasn't there Mario Kart on there?
I don't know. I never. Like, it's so weird with me. Like, I like Nintendo consoles, but I'm not biggest fan of the Nintendo games. Like, I love Zelda, right?
Yeah.
I love some Mario games, but I'm not into like a lot of in Super Smash. I'm not really into like the whole Kirby games or the what you call it, the one that whistles. What's called?
The one
I
that
don't know.
whistles?
Yeah. I'm not really into those like Nintendo games, right? Like I told you, I love Zelda. I played all of the Zelda ones. I love the Zelda series. I love some of the Mario games, but yeah, Kirby and the Metroid and all of that, I'm not really big fan of. But on the Advanced SP, I loved, one of my favorite games was Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. One was hot garbage. 2 and Buse Fury, they're so good. Like, I think I finished that game like over than 50 times.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. The Pokemon games and the best thing about it, you could play your old Game Boy games with blacklight. I'm like, wow, is this how
it's
the game
nice.
looks now?
Yeah.
Is this how it looks? I never knew.
I like it. Cool.
Yeah,
Right,
I
what's,
remember-
what's your beef for today then?
My beef.
Yes.
What's your beef? So I can come up with one.
My beef is I've figured this out from playing a lot of roleplay RPGs, especially as of late, is unskippable cutscenes. Especially when you die. You know when you die in the fight and then you go to it, you have to watch the fucking cutscene again. I hate it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't stand it. It's like, okay, luckily with a lot of the modern games now, you don't get it. Even like with Final Fantasy Remake, you can skip the cutscenes, thank goodness, because some of them are so long. But
Yeah.
I remember, this is why it made me think about it, because I remember like you try and fight a boss and then you fuck it up, you die, and you think, oh, I'll do it again. You would have to watch that 5-minute cutscene again before you can start fighting. It's like, come on, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So yeah,
imagine-
my beef is unskippable cutscenes. I hate it.
Yeah, imagine Dark Souls had unskippable boss cutscenes. Every time you die, you're gonna have to replay and watch the cutscene.
Exactly. Can't stand the unskippable cutscenes.
Yeah.
Do you have any beef today or no?
Okay, so my beef is so we were talking about Final Fantasy 12, right?
Yeah.
One of the best thing about Final Fantasy 12, it has boost mode, right?
Okay.
Because a lot of old JRPG games has this grind, this really unfun grind moments where you have to just grind, that's to level up. And boost mode makes the game so fast so you can grind really fast. So that's good. That's a good thing for old games being ported, right? Like JRPGs. So my beef is why Final Fantasy X doesn't have a boost mode. The PC version has a boost mode, but the X one on the PS4 doesn't have a boost mode. This makes zero sense to me. Like, and Final Fantasy X is even more grindier than Final Fantasy 12. God, it's so hellish. Like, oh, I remember how did I did this as a kid. So put boost mode. Like, have you played Final Fantasy 7, like the original on the PS4? There's a boost mode on it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm playing. You're gonna laugh. I'm actually playing Final Fantasy 7 right now on PS Vita. Because I bought it ages ago. I'm actually replaying it. But I don't know if it's a boost mode. I'll have to have a look.
I don't know on the Vita, but on the PS4, there's 100% mode where you can just speed up the game. And it's like, where is that on Final Fantasy X? Like I don't understand. Why would you... I don't understand. Why would you put it on 12 and not on the X? Is this and it's not like they have to put more effort in it to add the feature because it's already been done on the PC version.
Cool. I'm happy with your beef. I like it.
It's not cool. You keep saying
I like
cool.
your beef.
It's uncool.
It's uncool. All right. Right. Should we finish off for today's show?
Yes.
All right. So don't forget, if you want to check us out online, you can. You can find us on our official Instagram page, which is Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. Definitely find us on things like Google Podcast, iTunes. We're on Castbox, you name it, everywhere. Spotify, literally type in Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. Hit subscribe and click on the show, download the show, listen to it. And you can also find us on YouTube as well. We're posting the actual episodes on YouTube. Chris is doing thumbnails and all that kind of stuff on it. It looks good. I liked your last one, by the way, with that baby. I still didn't see that baby PlayStation ad yet. I need to watch it because I saw the picture on YouTube. I was like, that's some creepy shit. That is really some creepy shit right there.
Yeah, this is such a weird commercial.
I want to see it. You can check me out on my official Instagram page, which is @ClintMaximus. And if you want to find out anything else I'm doing, just literally go into Google, type in Clint Maximus, you'll find me. What about yourself, Chris? Where can people find you and where can people send naked photos?
So you can send your dick pics to me. 18 plus. 18 plus. I do not condone minor dick pics.
Okay.
Don't send me any news. That's a joke.
You're gonna get so many dick pics now. I swear you're gonna get so many naked pictures. Then what do you think? You like?
No. So you can follow me on Twitter. It's @Taporian, TAPORIN, and on Instagram also @Taporian. And where they should follow us the most?
Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast? Have a look for us.
Follow us on Instagram @Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast.
Was that good or not? Was I saying that wrong?
Like is this how you want to end the show? I don't know where to cut it. I never know when to cut it.
Well, we keep all this right now, and let's just say goodbye. Have a good week, man, and I'll see you next week. See you later, Chris.
Goodbye. I'm gonna add this at the blooper after.
Bye bye.